The desert stretched, a vast and unending tapestry of scorching sand and relentless sun. The heat was oppressive, the air dry and unforgiving. It was a land where only the strongest could survive, where the sun's rays beat down mercilessly, and the nights brought a cold that could chill to the bone. Two tribes, the Anza and the Utaiba, called this harsh land home. They were as much a part of the desert as the sand itself, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of this unforgiving environment. The Anza, with their fierce determination, and the Utaiba, with their strategic brilliance, had carved out existences in this desolate place. Their rivalry was as ancient as the dunes themselves, a battle for resources and dominance that had raged for generations. Water, food and territory were precious commodities, and each tribe fought fiercely to protect what was theirs. The desert was a harsh mistress, and only the strongest could hope to thrive. Each raid, each skirmish, etched deeper into the history of their feud. The sands were stained with the blood of countless warriors, each battle a testament to their unyielding spirit. The echoes of their clashes reverberated through the ages, a constant reminder of the price of survival in this harsh land. Only blood could quench the thirst for supremacy. The Anza and the Utaiba knew no other way, their lives defined by the struggle for dominance. The desert demanded strength, and they answered with unwavering resolve. The Anza, known for their fierce warriors and mastery of the sands, were led by a chieftain named Khalil. Khalil was a man of great strength and cunning, his leadership unquestioned. He had earned his place through countless battles, his name spoken with reverence and fear. His gaze, sharp as a hawk's, missed nothing. He saw all, knew all, and his warriors followed him with unwavering loyalty. Under his command, the Anza had become a force to be reckoned with, their reputation spreading far and wide. He ruled with an iron fist, demanding obedience and loyalty. His word was law, and those who defied him faced swift and brutal consequences. Khalil's leadership was the bedrock of the Anza's strength, his vision guiding them through the harshest of times. The Utaiba, renowned for their falconry skills and strategic brilliance, were guided by Sheikh Umar. Umar was a man of wisdom and foresight, his mind a sharp blade that cut through the complexities of war. His strategies were legendary, his ability to outthink his enemies unmatched. His wisdom was legendary, his counsel sought after by rulers far and wide. Umar's reputation extended beyond the desert, his name spoken with respect in distant lands. He was a leader who inspired loyalty and admiration, his people following him with unwavering faith. Every sunrise brought the promise of conflict. The desert was a battleground, and each day was a new chapter in the ongoing struggle between the Anza and the Utaiba. The rising sun cast long shadows over the sands, a reminder of the battles yet to come. Every sunset held the echo of battle cries. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the memories of the day's conflicts lingered in the air. The desert was never truly silent. The whispers of past battles carried on the wind. The desert wind carried whispers of their animosity. A symphony of hate played out under a merciless sky. The very air seemed to vibrate with the tension between the two tribes, their enmity a palpable force that shaped their world. Only a fool would dare to interfere in their ancient dance of dominance. The Anza and the Utaiba were locked in a struggle that was as old as the desert itself, their fates intertwined in a web of conflict and survival. Yet fate, it seemed, had other plans. The winds of change were beginning to stir, and the desert, with all its harshness and beauty, was about to witness a new chapter in its history. A twist of destiny, waiting to unfold amidst the shifting sands. The future was uncertain, the path ahead shrouded in mystery. But one thing was clear: the desert would never be the same again. For in this crucible of conflict, a love story was about to be written. A story that would defy the odds, challenge the norms, and change the course of history. It was a love that would bloom in the most unlikely of places, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. A love story as fierce and unforgiving as the desert itself. It would be a tale of passion and sacrifice, of hope and despair. of two souls finding each other in the midst of chaos. And in the end, it would be a story that would echo through the ages, a beacon of light in the darkness of the desert. Khalil, the Anza chieftain, was a figure of awe and fear. His commands were law, his judgments absolute. He had trained his warriors to be extensions of his will, their loyalty unquestioning. His weapon of choice, a scimitar forged in the heart of a dying star, they said. It had tasted the blood of countless enemies and thirsted for more. Across the dunes, Sheikh Umar surveyed his domain. His eyes, though clouded with age, still held the spark of a seasoned strategist. He had taught his sons to read the desert like a scroll, to understand its whispers and secrets. His prized possession, a falcon named Bars, was renowned for its speed and deadly accuracy. The rivalry between Khalil and Umar ran deep. It was a clash of titans, a struggle for the very soul of the desert. Each victory, no matter how small, was celebrated as a triumph. Each defeat, a bitter pill to swallow. Theirs was a game of chess played with lives, a gamble where the stakes were survival itself. Shaheen, Khalil's daughter, was no ordinary princess. Born amidst the vast golden dunes, she was a child of the desert, her spirit as boundless as the horizon. The desert winds had woven their spirit into hers, whispering secrets of the ancient sands and filling her heart with an unquenchable thirst for freedom. They had given her a heart as wild and untamed as the sands themselves, a heart that beat in rhythm with the shifting dunes and the call of the desert night. She was as comfortable on horseback as she was in her father's tent, her beauty rivaled only by her skill with a scimitar. Her prowess in battle was legendary, a testament to her relentless training and indomitable spirit.
I have little patience for the posturing of arrogant men. Their empty words and hollow promises mean nothing to me.
She had inherited her father's fiery spirit, his unwavering determination. Khalil, a revered warrior, had taught her the ways of the desert, the art of survival, and the importance of honor. But she also possessed a wisdom beyond her years, a keen intellect that saw through flattery and deceit. Her eyes, sharp and discerning, missed nothing, and her mind was a fortress of knowledge and strategy. Shaheen had proven her mettle time and again, her courage unquestioned. Whether facing the harsh elements of the desert or the treachery of enemies, she stood resolute, a beacon of strength and resilience. Her laughter echoed through the Anza camp, a melody as bright and fleeting as a desert flower. It was a sound that brought joy to her people, a reminder of the beauty and hope that thrived even in the harshest of environments. Many suitors had sought her hand, drawn by her beauty and the promise of power. They came from far and wide, bearing gifts and grand promises, hoping to win her favor. But Shaheen dismissed them all with a disdainful flick of her wrist. She saw through their ambitions and knew that none of them could match her spirit or her dreams. She yearned for more than a life confined to silks and jewels. The desert called to her, its vastness a promise of endless adventures and untold stories. She craved adventure, the thrill of the unknown. The ancient ruins and hidden oases whispered to her, beckoning her to uncover their secrets and write her own legend. She would settle for nothing less than a love that burned as brightly as the desert sun. A love that was fierce and unyielding, a love that could stand the test of time and the trials of the desert. Shaheen's journey was one of leadership and discovery. She led caravans through treacherous sands, her knowledge of the desert unmatched. Her people trusted her implicitly, knowing that under her guidance they would always find their way. As the sun set over the dunes, casting long shadows and painting the sky in hues of orange and gold, Shaheen stood tall, a silhouette against the endless horizon. She was the daughter of the dunes, a princess of the desert, and her story was just beginning. One night, Sheikh Umar was plagued by a disturbing dream. He saw a majestic eagle, its wings spanning the horizon, shot down by a single swift arrow. The eagle, he knew, represented his tribe, its strength and power. The arrow, a symbol of an unknown threat, filled him with a sense of foreboding.
I tried to shake off the dream, to dismiss it as a figment of my imagination. But the image of the falling eagle lingered in my mind, casting a shadow over my thoughts.
He confided in no one, for a leader revealing weakness was unthinkable. Yet the dream gnawed at him, a persistent reminder of his tribe's vulnerability. Umar increased the patrols, doubled the guards. He scrutinized every report, every whisper of danger. He was determined to protect his people, to shield them from whatever fate had in store. Little did he know that the true threat would come not from a distant enemy, but from a force as powerful and unpredictable as love itself. The sun beat down on the dunes, turning the world into a furnace. The heat waves shimmered off the sand, creating mirages that danced on the horizon. The air was thick with the scent of dry earth, and the distant call of a lone hawk echoed through the vast expanse. The desert, though harsh and unforgiving, held a beauty that was both mesmerizing and deadly. Shaheen, disguised as a young warrior, rode through the shimmering heat. Her eyes, sharp and vigilant, scanned the horizon for any signs of movement. The weight of her mission pressed heavily on her shoulders, but she remained undeterred. The desert was her home, and she knew its secrets well. She was accompanied by her loyal companion, a cheetah named Zara. The bond between them was unbreakable, forged through countless adventures and shared dangers. Zara's keen senses and unmatched speed made her an invaluable ally in the treacherous desert terrain. Zara, sleek and swift, moved with an effortless grace that mirrored her mistress's own. Together, they were a formidable pair, each complementing the other's strengths. The cheetah's golden eyes gleamed with intelligence and loyalty, always alert to any potential threats.
Unbeknownst to me, Prince Sakr, Umar's youngest son, was also abroad. He had ventured into the desert under the guise of a common scout, seeking to gather intelligence for his father. The prince's mission was fraught with danger, but he was determined to prove his worth. He too was disguised, his princely robes replaced by the rough garb of a desert scout. The transformation was complete. No one would suspect his true identity. His eyes, however, betrayed a depth of wisdom and experience that belied his youthful appearance.
He was accompanied by his falcon, Shahbaz, a magnificent bird with feathers the color of burnished gold. The falcon was more than just a companion, it was a symbol of his royal lineage and a testament to his skill as a falconer. Sakr, known for his archery skills and his ability to disappear into the desert, was on a mission for his father. His bow, crafted from the finest materials, was an extension of his will, and his arrows flew true, guided by years of practice and an unwavering focus. He was to scout the Anza territory to report on their movements. The Anza were a formidable tribe, known for their fierce warriors and strategic prowess. Sakr's task was to gather as much information as possible without being detected, a challenge that required both cunning and courage.
Fate, it seemed, had a hand in our paths converging. The vast desert, with its endless dunes and hidden dangers, was a place where destinies were forged and legends were born. It was here, beneath the crimson sun, that our stories would intertwine. Drawn together by an invisible thread, we rode towards each other, two souls on a collision course with destiny. The desert, with its silent sands and whispering winds, bore witness to our journey. Each step brought us closer to a meeting that would change the course of our lives forever.
The desert held its breath, a silent observer to the unfolding drama. The sky, painted in hues of red and gold, cast an ethereal glow over the landscape. The air was thick with anticipation, as if the very elements were aware of the significance of this moment. The stage was set, the players in position. Each movement, each glance was part of a larger narrative that had been written long before we arrived. The desert, with its timeless beauty and ancient secrets, was the perfect backdrop for our unfolding tale. The game of love, as old as time itself, was about to begin. In the heart of the desert, beneath the watchful gaze of the crimson sun, our destinies would collide and a new chapter would be written in the sands of time.